Hey everybody, it's Lena and you are watching the What Happened. So tonight we are going to get started on a case that has me just wondering who committed this heinous crime. Before we jump into this, I want to start off, of course, as always, just give a quick spiel about do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel just so you can get updates, and click that bell after you like it so you can get updates on other stories that I do cover. I do speak directly to families of missing people or cases that have been solved and families still want justice. A lot of families reach out to me through social media or even by on here on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get notified whenever I go live or when a video is updated. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into this story. So tonight we're going to be talking about Maria and Mark Reynoso. Now, again, a lot of people have been commenting from other sources, not on my YouTube. I just want to make that clear, that this case has a little vigilante in it, but it also has a little, of course, who did it, what happened, and why, did they murder this particular couple. So according to Mark Reynoso's father, Mark was all around just funny individual. He was a sibling, he was an uncle, and he was always having a great time. Later on, he met his future wife, Maria Reynoso. She was just beautiful. She was so excited and like over the moon for finally meeting an individual that she fell in love, which was Mark. According to Maria's side of the family and her sister especially, is that Maria was so excited to be in love. She always had butterflies. She was always excited to see Mark. So getting married right away was not a shock to the family because they were so in love. But the couple was already dealt with the heavy hand prior to getting married. On January 30th, 2015, in a small town called Mammoth, which is near Arizona, an accident had occurred this particular morning. Mark was in an accident head-on collision where he had hit another car head-on and killed everybody in that truck. It was 3 individuals that he killed. It was 3 males. And sadly, the Reynoso family knew all of these people who were in the truck because, again, it was a small community. So everybody kind of knew everybody. Mark ended up coming out of that accident okay. He did suffer, I believe, like a broken leg or something. It ended up healing later. And his sister was the one who took Mark in, healed him. He stayed with her for the time being. So when he was finally healed, a lot of the family members from the accident, the victims, the family members, felt a few of them were still on talking terms with the Reynoso family. However, there was a family of one of the men that his father was so upset with the justice system. He felt that the justice system had not, was taking too long for him, basically. He felt that Mark should have been charged with this crime and that they were taking too long to charge him with anything. According to court records, Reynoso was charged with 3 counts of manslaughter caused by this accident. The indictment in the case that was filed October 14th, 2015. Less than a month later, he had posted a $200,000 bond. But the case continued to get rescheduled, and just it constantly took its course. So this family member was so upset that Reynoso was never fully charged from the death of his son. And so from there, he continued to build this anger. And 2 years later, exactly 2 years later, this case completely took a horrible turn. 2 years later from the accident, on January 31st, 2017, Mark, who was 34, and Maria, who was 28, were murdered at their home. At this particular day, the Mammoth Police Department had received a call from a neighbor that indicated that he had heard some shots being fired around 11:12 a.m. and that he heard a young lady scream. But he looked out his window, saw a car speed off, and was unable to give a full description of the individual because the windows were tinted. So when the cops arrived, they were able to look around. However, they didn't see anything. They were unable to locate Mark and Maria. The cops at the time didn't even know exactly what they were looking for. They just heard gunshots. And again, it was just one neighbor at the time. And so cops really didn't know exactly what it was that they were looking for. This particular area, it's a high mountain. So the houses are built fairly high. And so it could have been just hunters. And that's what the police officers actually thought. Well, around 11:56 a.m., about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, Mark's father went to check on Mark to see how he was doing. When he arrived, he saw Mark and Maria face down near their trampoline that they had outside. And his, quote unquote, he thought they were just kind of joking around with him. And he's like, Mark, get up, Mark. And so he went over there, grabbed his arm, felt a pulse, and seeing that he didn't have a pulse at all. When he turned him over very slightly, he saw a lot of blood. He immediately ran home, told his wife what happened, where she called 911 after discovering the bodies of both Maria and Mark. Later on, the investigators arrived fairly quickly, where they found their bodies outside just a few feet away from their home, which Maria and Mark's home, according to investigators, is so high in the mountains that it's not that noticeable. So if you're driving along this street or the freeway, or the feeder, you will not be able to see their home. You would have to know them personally to drive up there, or you would have to be invited. So this is what the family of Mark and Maria think, is that it had to have been somebody that the couple knew.
Hi, my name is Maria Desantiago. This is Eva Reyes. We are sisters of Maria Desantiago, who was brutally murdered on the 31st of January. We need help from the public to find who did this. Please, we are with no answers. We need help. She was a great woman. She was a mother of 3. She had everything going for herself. She was always helping. She had no enemies. So us with having no answers is driving us crazy. Please help us.
So again, it was very uncertain. They were not sure who had killed them. And to this day, they have not found any evidence that leads to anybody that killed them. According to Mark's family, he was still awaiting trial. So the family felt that justice was going to come soon. The other families of the murder victims felt like it could not come fast enough. So again, a lot of people say that this is more of a vigilante case. You will see a lot of people say that, well, if it was your family, wouldn't you want to get justice? An eye for an eye kind of thing. However, at the end of all of this, nobody gets justice at all. Going back to this individual who was writing on social media, cops were able to go on every lead. They have been following up on everything. It's still an open investigation. However, they have not found anything that indicated that the father had anything to do with it, because he did shut down his social media. He did delete all of the comments and all of the negative things that he had wrote in the past regarding Mark. Again, you have to prove, though, exactly in the court system, in the justice of the law, you have to prove that did he kill him or not, and he had an alibi. Mark's
happened right next to my house. I give myself a sign of the cross twice every morning. It's tough.
The bodies of 34-year-old Mark Reynoso and his 28-year-old girlfriend, Maria de Santiago, were found in this area on January 31st, 2017.
Today, Mark's family and Maria's family are pleading with people. They're hoping that the community can come together and remember anything this particular day. If they saw anything at all, to please come forward. So we do not know exactly what happened to Mark and Maria Reynoso. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to Lena Reina on the What Happened. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notified on all of my new things that come out, stories. And if you want me to touch on any stories or something like that, feel free to comment down below. Also, please feel free to view all of my other episodes that I have here of missing people. That is very important to view, like, and share those as well on your social media pages so we can try to get closure for the families of the missing people. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great night.